Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
Good morning. You are watching the Living Local Carolina Financial Friday Community Panel, and I am joined today by some very special guests. We have Tim Carlisle, who is the President and CEO at Carolina Trust Federal Credit Union. We have Christina Jackson, who is the Director of the McLeod Health Foundation, and we have Nicole Spencer, who is the Assistant Director of Oncology Services with McLeod Health. So first of all, thank you guys so much for joining us. I know this time of year really gets busy, so thank you for spending some time with us today to talk about some very important things. And speaking of getting busy, I feel like me in particular, I always forget how busy it is this time of year. I feel like, the holidays are always like a very busy pickup time, but what are some different things that, you guys have going on right now?
Well, for me, I love to watch football, and I love the weather this time of year,
Yeah.
and it's kind of in between the summer season ending and right before the holiday season gears up. So I love this time of year.
I do too, especially with football season. I joke, being from Virginia, college football is not as big of a thing there as it is here. And so I joke when I moved to South Carolina, we go straight from summer season to winter season with football season in between. So not as much as fall. But what about you ladies?
Well, we're diehard Gamecock fans,
Yeah.
so we love to watch the games and also the festivals that are coming up, like
Right.
the Loris Bogolf Festival.
Yeah.
So a lot of fun things going on right now.
For sure.
Absolutely. Lots of good fun festivals this weekend happening. Last weekend, we just did the American Cancer Society walk
Yeah.
this past weekend, so that was really great.
Yeah, that's great. And I feel like this time of year, especially with all the different awareness events, there's so many different fundraising events for those, whether it's, walks or things like that. I know you mentioned American Cancer Society, and at Carolina Trust, we are celebrating a lot of the different, raising awareness for a lot of the different things this month with breast cancer, of course. And then last week, I'm wearing my pink ribbon today, but we wore purple ribbons for domestic violence. And then this week we are wearing blue and yellow ribbons for Down syndrome awareness. So raising awareness for all those different things along with the community that are having so many special events. And Christina, with the McLeod Health Foundation, I know that you guys have a really big event in the month of October. If you want to tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So we have Dine Out for Breast Cancer, Midtown Bistro and Bar 1912 in North Myrtle Beach. Amy and Jeff Martini are the owners, and they're so gracious to have this event for us every year. It's a dinner for two with an entree and a glass of wine or a beverage. Tickets are $125. 50% of the proceeds come back to McLeod Health for our breast health services, our cancer services.
Wow, that's wonderful. And for people at home who are interested in buying tickets and participating in this event, where can you go to do that?
Sure, so you can go online at McLeodHealthFoundation.org. You can contact me at 843-390-8215. And we also have flyers that are around at the restaurants with a QR code, and you can scan that QR code. Takes you straight to the website where you can purchase those tickets.
That is wonderful. And I know you mentioned that the proceeds of that event will go back to the McLeod Health Foundation. Will you tell us, I guess, a little bit about kind of what these proceeds are going towards within the McLeod organization?
Sure. So they will go to our breast health services, in our cancer services, our 3D mammography, our breast health center, just to help with those type of services for our patients.
That is wonderful. And the McLeod Health Foundation, for those at home who aren't aware, what are some of the things that the foundation itself does? And, what is the foundation?
Sure. So the McLeod Health Foundation is the fundraising arm of the hospital. We are a nonprofit organization, McLeod Health. So we help meet the gaps in the capital budget. We help meet the needs, the critical needs for our patients, our programs, our services. We do that through grants. We do that through fundraisers such as Dine Out and different things like that. So we're just there to help meet the needs of our patients.
That is wonderful. And I know, you're speaking of some of the different needs of our patients, and then going to the oncology services, you all have a new oncology center opening up. So how does the foundation and proceeds from specific events like Dine Out for Breast Cancer go towards that and go towards maybe different equipment and things like that you need?
Sure. So we've been tasked with a $2 million goal. What that will help with is our PET scan and our CT scan. Of course, the PET scan is used to diagnose cancer. CT scan is used to help in the treatment of that. And so that's the role that the foundation will play in with the new cancer center. Also, there's so many different parts to that new
Right.
cancer center, and Nicole, I know, will talk a lot
For
about
sure.
those pieces of it as well. But, we know that cancer center is going to be built moving forward.
Yeah.
But we want to help put that life-saving, trending technology in that cancer center.
That is perfect, and I cannot wait to learn more about the foundation and the new Health Cancer Center when we come back from the break. Welcome back to the Living Local Carolina Financial Friday Community Panel. I'm joined with some very special guests today. We've got Tim Carlisle, who's the president and CEO at Carolina Trust, Christina Jackson, who is the director of the McLeod Health Foundation, and Nicole Spencer, who's the assistant director of oncology services with McLeod Health. And before the break, we were talking with Christina about the McLeod Health Foundation and all the things that they do for McLeod Health in general. And, Christina, what's a little bit more about your role in the foundation and kind of the things that you do on a day-to-day basis?
Sure. So as the director, I lead here at the Coast over McLeod Seacoast, McLeod Loris, and now soon to be Carolina Forest with our new hospital coming, which we're so excited about as well. So really my role is to steward relationships, existing donors, cultivate new relationships, connect with people in our community, work alongside our marketing department to make sure we're increasing awareness and education in our community about the services that we provide. And again, stepping in where we need to help supplement the funds for our programs and services.
That's wonderful. And I know, you're doing such a great job with that in letting the community know, how they can help McLeod Health. And you have so many different events. We were talking about the Dine Out for Breast Cancer event a little earlier, and you also have several other events throughout the year to kind of help with those fundraising goals. Will you tell us a little about some of those?
Sure. So our other annual event is our Jockeys and Juleps. It's a derby themed event. Ladies wear their hats, men wear their bow ties. This year, our funds from that event went to our new cancer center.
Yeah.
So we raised $125,000.
Wow.
We were very proud of that to be our first gift to the cancer center. So, it's known as the event of North Myrtle Beach and all around the coast. So we're really excited.
That is super exciting. And Carolina Trust has been it's been an honor for us. We have been a sponsor for Jockeys and Juleps for several years. And then this year with your Dine Out for Breast Cancer event, it was super exciting. We got to purchase some tickets for that event and of course help with the cause, but then we gave them away to employees at the credit union so that they, not only get to have a night out with someone of their choosing, since it is a dinner for two, but they get to support McLeod Health in their own little way and kind of be a part of what we're doing at the credit union to support McLeod Health.
And we're very thankful for that support from Carolina Trust. We are.
Wonderful. And I know October, we talked a little bit earlier about there's so many different awareness events. In the month of October, you see ribbons everywhere and walks and fundraisers. And, it can sometimes get, hard for people to separate the two, with October being an event for, breast cancer and domestic violence and things like that, and really taking that into steps that they should be taking in their own lives and, encouraging those around us for health. Nicole, can you give us, some of the different statistics for breast cancer in our area and some of the ways that people can prevent that and keep their health in the forefront of their mind during this month?
Absolutely. So just kind of nationwide, 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime.
Wow.
It's the second leading cause of death, cancer death in women. So approximately every 2 minutes, someone is diagnosed with breast cancer. So
Wow.
that's just astounding.
It is.
So one thing is, breast cancer, the earlier it is diagnosed, the higher your chances of a long survivorship is.
Yeah.
So things that we tell a lot of our patients when we're looking at preventative measures to do are to limit their alcohol, watch their weight, maintain a healthy weight, be physically active, and some of the most important things you can do is that monthly breast self-exam. Looking in the mirror, doing your self-exam, looking for lumps or changes in the skin. Nobody knows yourself better than you.
Yeah.
And when you see signs that are unusual, contacting your primary care provider urgently.
Oh, that's wonderful. And I know, that's super important in that aspect with making sure that you're being healthy. So what are some of the other ways that people can, other than the walks and things like that, raise awareness and, other things that they can do year round, not just during October?
I think just being preventive and talking to your healthcare providers, talking to your family members, that's really important. That's a perfect time to start that conversation.
For sure.
And relay that information to your primary care provider so they can say, we need to start looking into your mammograms earlier.
Thank you so much for those tips. I know they'll help so many people at home, and we're going to talk a little bit more about prevention and tips when we come back from the break. Welcome back to the Living Local Carolina Financial Friday Community Panel. This month we've been talking a little bit about breast cancer and breast cancer awareness. And before the break we were talking about some of those prevention tips and early signs that you should be looking for. And I know another huge way that McLeod Health is going to be helping our community and those with cancer is with your new upcoming cancer center. So Christina, will you tell us a little bit about the cancer center and what people in our area can kind of look forward to with this new health service?
So we're so excited about this new comprehensive cancer care center.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, it's so unfair to our patients because our services are so fragmented along the coast. You have to go to one location for one type of treatment, another location for that type of treatment. In this new cancer center, you'll be able to receive everything under one location. So
that's wonderful.
Ease of mind, you know, I think is so important for our patients as well.
Yeah.
We think that the Cancer Center will be done by December of 24.
Wow.
That's what we're hoping for. Very optimistic about that. And, you know, it's a 40,000 square foot building, 2 floors. All of our physicians will be located in there. We have Dr. Berry, who will be starting with us in November. He's a breast health surgeon. We also have Nicole, Dr. Wynn, Dr. Risk, hopefully a radiation oncologist will be joining us as well. So just very excited about this new cancer center.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And what are some of the different services that will be offered for people? I know you said it'll be kind of all-inclusive, but some of the different things that patients will be able to receive.
So it's going to be your first comprehensive cancer center in Horry County. So you're going to have radiation oncology, your infusion center, your medical oncology physicians, and your breast surgeon all under one roof. You'll have a PET scan, CT scan, so instead of sending them to different departments, everything under one roof is going to be a game changer for the community.
That is wonderful, and I know Carolina Trust is super excited about our recent commitment to McLeod Health and helping them. If, you know, Tim, you want to tell a little bit about why that's so important to Carolina Trust and why we chose to make that decision?
Yes, well, unfortunately, it's a little bit too personal, close to home for me, because my wife was recently diagnosed with breast cancer early this year, and we found out that there is no comprehensive center to go to, and it's a very scary journey to go on, not knowing which direction to go to. And getting in is very key, and with the growth that we've experienced over the last few years, we found that it's very difficult, hard to get into some of the doctors that you need, and time is not on your side. Yeah. And I'd like to also stress about getting your annual mammograms, because that's where my wife discovered hers. That's key, is making sure that you discover it pretty early on. So, although my wife won't benefit from this, we understand that there is a definitely need in our area, and so because of our journey, we wanted to give back and pay forward. So, you know, we've committed for, you know, giving back $100,000 to the foundation over several years to make sure that people don't have to go through what we have to go through.
Yeah, and that's great because there are so many people here. I know you mentioned the growth, that it will impact so many families and so many people in Horry County and give them those services that they need. And Christina, you know, for the audience at home, if there are any other people that are looking to be of support to the Cancer Center, what are some of the ways that they can go about doing that?
Sure. So first, I just wanted to say how thankful we are for our partnership with Carolina Trust, and this is just a prime example of the importance of local care and having a comprehensive cancer care center. We welcome anybody to join us in this campaign, our 2-year campaign, and you can do that again by visiting our website at mcleodhealth.org, contacting us in the foundation office.
Sure, and I know cancer affects so many. And Nicole, before we wrap up today, if you'll give just a couple more tips for the folks at home so that they kind of know things to do as far as early signs, what they should do if they feel something, or, you know, when they're doing their at-home self-examinations, just tips like that to catch it when it's early on.
Absolutely. So the key is early prevention. So any signs or symptoms, report it to your physician immediately. However, unfortunately, most breast cancers are not diagnosed. There's no signs or symptoms. It's silent.
Yeah.
And so the number one way to really catch cancer early is those screening mammograms. They are pivotal. They cancer, you know, the earliest stages, if everybody's getting their yearly mammogram and they're on top of their preventative health,
Yeah.
it can catch it. And the American Cancer Society said cancer caught earliest, 99% survival rate.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all so much for joining us today and for all the information that you provided us. And thank you guys at home for joining us well, and we will see you next time.